Hello, my friends. Just quickly before I let myself talk, this is a long video. My editing system broke, so this video is not edited. I'll just let it play out. It's about 40 something minutes. I'll leave the timestamps below. I will strive to make my videos shorter, but this is an exception. Also, the continuation will be coming up in a separate video, so enjoy. And yeah, I'll let myself talk now. Hello, good evening. It is really late at night. It is almost 1 a.m. and it's been so long since I did a video where I talk live. It's been so long since I actually did a video and I missed it so much. Everybody's asleep and this is the only time that I can actually do this, so I am so excited. I hope I have about an hour before sleepiness going to start really hitting me. It's been another long day with actually four kids today because we had the boys, but I wanted to do a little mid-year check-in with where I'm at with my journals, what I have been enjoying at the moment. Books I am trying to flip through. I do not have time to read the full book, but I do feel like I have some time to flip through some new books that are really interesting me, so I want to check in with that and the journals as well, because there have been some slight changes, nothing too major, but I have bought a few new things since the beginning of the year, and there are just some things on my mind that I want to share with you guys, and also of course my illustrations, but I'm not going to start with that. Or should I? No, I'm just going let me just, if maybe you're here just to look at my illustrations for this month, so I'm going to flip through them very quickly because there is a post on my Instagram if you're really interested in seeing them. So these are the minis, and I don't even know how I was able to pull these drawings together because this May was quite crazy. These are the, did I say these are the minis? Yes, so these are the mini versions, which I sometimes enjoy way more than the big ones. But the big ones, I like to use these especially on days where I didn't write anything or I didn't take no pictures, just to have something on the page. I really like this one, this girl. And also this. I sometimes like the most the illustrations that come together in a really spontaneous way, and my printer is just, I don't know, it's been acting up. Sometimes it doesn't want to print, sometimes it cuts stuff off even though I tell it to fit it to the page. But I'm going to give credit to the artist of this illustration. She's a really talented artist that I checked out on YouTube, so the link will be below. And these were just some spots. I love to use watercolor spots on my pages, as you know if you're familiar with my journals. And also these butterflies were an inspiration by a French artist. I'll also link her below. And also, if you've been following me on Instagram, you know that I've been really loving alcohol markers, the Ohuhu markers lately. So a lot of my illustrations were made with alcohol markers, and I always love some cute birds, just birds in general on my page, so lots of birds. My Patreon, I only have one tier. It's $8 per month, and you have access to all the art that I did this year and last year. I just recently removed 2022 yes, 2022, because I feel like I really outgrown that style. But now I'm going to talk a little bit. Actually, I also want to flip through my May pages because it's been quite eventful, and despite being that, I think I did pretty good. But before I go into my daily journal, I want to share with you a few books that I've been really enjoying. And since we are, sorry about the reflection, since we are journalers, I am looking into a little bit into the mystery of words and letters. This book is so interesting. I never thought about how words and sounds were made and illustrated from the beginnings of times, registered times, and I love it. I love the correlation. I love how numbers and letters and sounds are connected to each other. They're really cool. So I've been enjoying this, and this is from the library. I don't buy these books, and because I draw a lot, I need to stay inspired, and big illustrated books really inspire me. And this one is about, I'm sorry about the reflection, about fashion, and it has such, let me see if I can zoom out a little. It has beautiful illustrations in it, fashion and dresses. Oh my god, this book is so cool. So yeah, I just wanted to show you real quick. So my next month's illustration is gonna have probably a lot of fashion inspired illustrations. So this is this. Then moving on to journals. I want to share with you a few notebooks. Oh yeah, the books. Going back to books, I'm so sorry. So this is a book that I actually bought, and I love Sara Landon's teachings so much. She's on YouTube too, but if you are on a spiritual journey, which I think we all are, either we realize it or not, this book is a must read. It is, I don't know, this Sara Landon's teachings really resonate with where I'm at on my path where I'm at with my life in general. You must read it, trust me. Independently of what your religion is, this book is a must read. It's absolutely beautiful. I want to buy her other book as well. She's about to come out with another book, and she has a book that she wrote before this, The Wisdom of the Council. Highly recommend. So moving on, some new editions. At the beginning of the year, I really decided that I don't want to buy any more journals, but I think just now I'm starting to stop. So I think I showed these before. This is from the dollar store. These are $1.25 each, and I bought 2 big boxes because I have a project that is kind of on the back burner now, because it's not back burner, but it's postponed because I had a little bit of accident in the month of May where I really hurt my leg, and I am still recovering, and I'm just not ready to be making distances where I just cannot rely on my leg that much, so to say. So I bought these for journaling, but what I realized is that the paper in the ones that I ordered were really different from the one that I originally bought, and the only difference that was pretty much visible was that one was made in China and the other one was made in Vietnam, and this one that was made in Vietnam is much more sturdier. Even the label is different. So if you can get your hands on the ones made in, wait, China? Made in China, wait, no, it cannot be, hold on. Okay, now I'm confused. I think it's the other way around, so my bad. So the ones made in China are way better than the ones made in Vietnam. So look for the one that are made in China. Cover, everything is different, but I have these laying around all over my house. I have one in the car. I have one, about 3 at my desk. I use it for sketching, I use it for journaling, spontaneous ideas. I'm not really a planner person. I kind of, if I have plans that are really, really broad, I am kind of go with the flow, what I have time and energy for. And I think that has to do a lot with having small children. Every day is different, so I could be planning, but my day could be going totally differently. If you have small children, you know how it is. But I love these things. The freedom a cheap notebook gives you is just uncomparable to anything else. I think it has to do with the mindset that we are, and we're so deeply rooted with the value of things. So when the notebook or the sketchbook is cheaper, we allow ourselves to be more free and more wasteful, so to say. And I also have a nature journal, so I want to put that in here, that I made one of them into a nature journal. I think I flipped through it very quickly in another video of mine, but it's not quote unquote nature journaling. But I love nature, that's the best form for me to replenish my energy and ground myself, is being in nature, being barefoot, being outside. So it's me observing the sky. I'm sorry about the reflections again. Observing the sky, plants, smelling the ground, going to the park, taking pictures, pressing flowers. I love the sky. Just I constantly observe the sky. So I didn't get too far. This was the first time I left the house after I had my little accident. That was pretty amazing. I took my shoes off and just stepped into the grass barefoot. Amazing feeling. And I wanted to kind of, I don't know, this is the one that I'm about to complete. I have a few pages left. Even though the quality in the Vietnamese version is not the same as the other one, in the made in China one, it takes exceptionally well dry and wet. I mean wet media, dry of course, because the pages are not too thick. But just because a lot of my works get a digital form, I make them I transform them on Procreate for my Patreons to print out. I do like to leave a page blank in between illustrations. As you can see, there's a big, like, significant ghosting, especially when I use alcohol markers. But what's amazing about this, even though this has ghosting, no matter how hard I press, it does not the paper does not disintegrate under the pressure. And this is more with wet media. So I really like to use alcohol markers in these. As you can see, this is alcohol marker, and there is absolutely no, the paper does not come apart. So I think it is so worth the money. yeah, art that expires is a new tag that I have when I post on Instagram, just because alcohol markers fade over time, and it is said that it pretty much completely disappears, especially if it's exposed to natural lights. So yeah, I really enjoy it. And this was Domestica course I took from Pepita Sandwich. Oh my god, she is so inspiring. The Domestica courses are only $6 each on Domestica. It is so worth it to be inspired if you are in a feel like you're burnt out or you have no inspiration. I think that is my go-to way to learn and be inspired. Some of the art is unfinished, but I will get back to it once I'm in the mood. Here's the tomato. I also like to glue pages in this little notebook sketchbook. For example, this was glued in with the Scotch tape. Yeah, trying to do portraits of people who inspire me, or if I see a movie. And I think this is it. Oh yeah, have these with me all the time, in my bag, in my room, in my nightstand, in my drawers, wherever I feel like I can be hit by inspiration. I have one handy. And this was the first one I bought. This is the more sturdy one, and I think I have a flip through of this, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, so yes, these are these little sketchbooks. And I'm not sure if I showed this on any of my videos, but this is the Seaweed Kisses inspired some flowers. It's the Tomo River paper, Good Impressions. This turned into a commonplace book for my spiritual growth. Whatever I read or read from this book or any inspirational book that I am reading, it goes in here. I started off as no label. I just wanted to be I didn't want to label it as anything, because that also again gives me the freedom to pick it up for whenever I feel like it. It's just the paper itself is such a pleasure to write on, especially with fountain pen, and I love to use my dip pen in it, but it mainly became I don't know if I have to blur anything out because some of the thoughts are really deep in here. I also like to use a little bit of color. I just cannot have no journals that I don't draw or paint in. Yeah, still loving my shimmering watercolors. But yeah, mainly quotes and spiritual growth, and writing out the quote, applying it in my life. If any of you are interested how I do my spiritual practice, let me know in the comments and I can get more in depth with that. I kind of do that in my Midori notebook. I can find it. Oh yeah. So this is my Midori, and this was my whole purpose with this one, to have really neat, organized, very nice looking, kind of like a commonplace book, spiritual growth practice, but it notebook, but it kind of turned into an idea notebook, and then of course ended up as a part-time sketchbook. Then I started collaging in it a little bit. I still love this notebook, and I also started leaving like blank pages in between some of the pages, just because I thought about including some of these and so for my Patreons. But yeah, I'm still loving this, but I haven't picked up this one in the month of May that much. And the last one, actually, I bought this notebook from Target, but I was very quickly disappointed. If I cannot write in a notebook with my fountain pen, I don't know, I tend to abandon it very quick, and I think that's what happened with this one. This is from Wit and Delight, and I got it on a promotional price. I think originally it was $18, and I got it for like, I think $14 or $15 with tax. But I just don't understand how you price something so high but not be able to write with it. With fountain pen is beyond me. Again, because my comparison is these little notebooks that is only $125, and I can write it with fountain pen in this. It will not feather. That is just crazy to me. No feathering at all. And yeah, so I did get a gel pen for this. Maybe I'm going to be in the mood to write in it. What attracted me mainly, I love when a notebook has this rule, has a little side note space. I don't know, it reminds me of my school years. This is how our notebooks had to look like. We had to draw these lines, so yeah, I don't know. But I also found in Target this notebook. This is pretty big. It's from Green Path. It's by Cambridge, and this is the only cover that I found. Not a big fan of this. I kind of decorated it a little bit. This is from Gypsyrosepapermagic. I got it from a Happy Mail, and I thought this is so appropriate to this notebook. And what attracted to me mainly, this is going to sound silly, but it was the smell of the paper. If you love old books, if you love books, and yeah, if you love books and you know what it smells like, this is what this notebook smells like a book. It feels like I'm writing in a book. It's just, I don't know, I love it. And I also love the layout. I love how wide it is. I love this little sidebar thing. I don't have a whole, initially I thought I'm gonna use this for my reading notes when I take out a book, and I like the drawings in it, I like the sketch. And this is from the fashion book that I just showed you earlier. A little bit of calligraphy, just little doodles, notes. Like I said, I really like these. I also took some notes from YouTube videos that are inspiring me. I don't know, I think it holds a lot of stuff whenever I feel like feeling like I'm writing in a book. This is what I pick up, and tonight it just hit me that I don't want to say I'm going to drop the Hobonichi for next year, but I do want to have one notebook for everything. I believe Seaweed Kisses was talking about developing a system how to have everything in one notebook. I also think from Anna has this one book system. I really want to try it. I want to have the daily journaling, notes, doodles, everything in one notebook. Is that even possible? I do want to attempt it for sure. I am not having the stress of the daily dates. I can just put in the date. If I want to use like 3 or 4 pages for one day, I can do that. If I want to put just one page, having one notebook spread on my desk and then just making little notes, letting my kids, I love when my kids make little marks in my journals. That to me is so precious. Just have it like that. And what I'm kind of tempted, since the Hobonichi daily journal is about to be done, and I do have the avec, and I'm about to start another one. Instead of just cramming myself in one, limiting myself to one page, try to see what it's like to have everything in one place. Should be interesting. I love something when something works, but I also like to try out new things, and this has been on my mind for a minute, so we shall see. And with that, I think I'm going to flip through my May pages, and then when we're done with June, I'm going to do flip through of this big chunky thing. I mean, I love Hobonichi, but yeah, we'll see.